The Epic of Pain is finally here, and holy crap, Ares is a boss. He is a interesting boss in this game for sure, and we're gonna get to him eventually, I guess. But we're gonna start by fighting this Hulkling and getting beat up by Hulkling at the start of the video. So I'm gonna show you all 6 of the bosses I took on the path to Ares, and then we're gonna spend a lot of time on Ares himself because holy crap, there's a lot to talk about. Anyway, so for this path, I wanted to just go left to right. I'm not even picking like an easy path or a hard path first. I'm literally just gonna do all 6 of these left to right. So that means I'm starting with tech, science, and taking the Hulkling path. And we're going to be using my rank 3 Photon for 4 of the 6 fights. Starting against this Hulkling here, she does a pretty good job for him. And Hulkling's honestly one of the easier bosses, for sure. It's just, you need to find a science champ, ideally one that's a hero, and then you're going to have a pretty good time. And Photon is no exception for this. So we're going to get beat up a little bit in this fight, of course, because I'm grass, but that's alright. I just need him to block here, drop the special 2 into it, it does a lot of damage, and then throw the SB1 into his block when he's not indestructible. You need to do that one more time, and then he's going to go down. But yeah, all these fights are going to be sped up because they're bosses we've already seen before, bosses who are, if I'm being entirely honest with you, much more uninteresting than Ares is. So all of them are going to be sped up. And next up we're fighting this Absorbing Man with Count Nefaria. You probably can use Photon for this fight. I just used Nefaria because I could. You could use Luke Cage for this fight as well. If you don't have a Nefaria, Luke Cage does very well for this. And this is the only boss on this path I use Nefaria for. So, like I said, it's a lot of Photon. But on this node, he's going to give you a passive on yourself that makes all of your hits do either physical or energy-based damage, and then you cycle through them via using your own heavy attack. And what I'm gonna basically do this fight is stay in the physical mode only, and then bait his special ones only. Eventually, I kind of mess around at the start of the fight trying to figure out what my rhythm's gonna be. As you can see here, he's in Magma, but pretty soon we're gonna get him in Uru and then keep him in Uru the rest of the fight. So yeah, am I gonna bait it here? No, we're gonna let him refine one more time. Remember that Nefaria takes barely any damage from incinerates because of resistance to it itself and then high energy resist. So at this point we are in the Uru form with abs, and all of my damage is going to be energy based, which is exactly what I want it to be. I might have misspoke earlier and said I want it to be physical. No, we want it to be energy and keep him in Uru. I feel like that's the easiest way to approach the fight. And then every time we parry the final hit, we're going to place a vulnerability debuff, which it's energy vulnerability. So it's going to combo with the fact that all of my hits are doing contact energy damage very well, and abs is going to have no resistance to that. So it's not a fast fight. You don't have access to Nefarious Plasma or any form of DOT except for Whiplash and Power Sting, but that's okay. He's still going to punch hard, and it's not that easy to die in this fight, if I'm being quite frank with you. If you're playing Nefaria, at least. He's a hard champ to die with in general, and this is no exception. We have to manage Hurt Locker, of course, which is going to force us to alternate our special attacks. We also have to manage the fight or flight node, which can be frustrating at times, but it's not that bad. It's worse on other fights than this one. And yeah, Hurt Locker's not doing much in general. So he's down to 11%. We gotta wait out the fight or flight right there. Then I'm gonna go for an SP2, get a little bit more Furies. We're still doing energy damage. He still doesn't have energy resistance, and we're just super tanky, and he goes down. So second fight down. Now we're gonna fight the infamous Iron Man boss, possibly the easiest boss on the path, maybe the easiest boss on the quest. I'm gonna be honest with you, this guy kinda is nothing. I'm gonna struggle with it because I just suck at the game a little bit, but we're gonna solo. And the goal for this guy is literally just counter his specials and then weave in a heavy attack eventually. It's gonna give you a node where once you finish a special, or once he finishes a special, you're gonna gain a passive that you can only remove by knocking them down with a heavy. If you don't remove that passive, then they are going to deal like 33% of your health to you. And when you combine that with the grit buff, you just need to parry heavy and then it goes away. It's pretty simple. There might be times where you mess up the SP1 dex. I know for sure that I do, and then it screws you a little bit, but other than that, you're kind of chilling. I'm going to go for Photon's SP3 here. It's going to give me a little regen passive and increase my maximum charges for the rest of the fight, which probably doesn't really do much here. But we're at 60% right now. I also forgot to turn the skip SP3 button back on after doing something. Anyway, we're going to go for a heavy attack right here, and we got, let's see, 13% of our health back from the SP3. I'll take it, you know, it saves me a few potions, which I'm going to need very badly for ARES. So, I'll save as many potions as I can, right? Anyway, he resists that heavy attack, so I do take some damage, because I didn't have the grit. I think I messed up on some of his specials or something, but either way, SP2. I need to go for parry heavy, get it, and then we're going to go for a heavy attack right here too. Looks like I'm going to gain a regen passive again. Super cool. Hopefully I have a little bit more health at the end of the fight. And I am going to use some potions on the next fight, because the next fight is Onslaught, which can be a very chippy fight, but it does pretty decently. Yeah, you're going to see Onslaught coming up next. This fight's going to be a solo, pretty fine. It just takes a very long time with any counter, realistically. He also has 1.6 million health. I think that's like about 25% more health than what they had when they originally showed up as bosses. So it makes this fight a bit more frustrating, but it's just a frustrating fight overall. I hate this fight, and it's not even bad, I just hate it. Like, I can't describe why, I just can't stand it, because it lasts so long, and it's literally just counter his special attacks on repeat, intercept a bit, and then just keep doing that for like 6 minutes. So, yeah, I don't know. I think my least favorite part is the node that kills your crit rate per buff on you. If that wasn't there, I think this fight would feel a lot better because it would go a lot faster. Granted, you would be getting Neuro Shocks on you a lot more, because a lot of the ways that you get Neuros on you is when you crit Onslaught. But I think I'd rather that than just be in the fight for like 5 years, because that's legitimately what this feels like. So I have this on 4 times speed because of how long and boring it was. Honestly, Photon's like not the best champion who, when you want to use a champ who can't crit via the nodes, so it definitely makes this fight a lot longer than most of Photon's fights go, because she likes to crit. However, it's fine. We're gonna finish with literally a full yellow bar. We have so much willpower from both the Crush and the Power Sting. That is going to go away if you get parried or parry yourself, but none of that happened to me in this fight. I was, I guess, quick enough to not get parried ever, and then I just didn't parry myself. So we're at a full yellow bar there, and have a few Neuro Shocks on me now, but they're going to go away relatively fast. I also sometimes accidentally eat the SP1, which is going to place an Organic Magmatism on me. That was literally 6 minutes and 21 seconds. That is crazy to me how long that fight went. Anyway, if you have a rank 3 Photon, like, you're just cheesing this path really well, but, although a lot of these fights just take a while, it's just how it is. Are there any Mystics on this path? Yeah, there's one. It's Abs, and I didn't even use Photon for her, so, for him. Anyway, now we're fighting with Jessica Jones. This is a pretty difficult fight, if you ask me. You want to counter her special attacks all the time for a grit, and then you want to intercept a bunch to, get some guaranteed crits, because that's how you deal your damage in this fight. The problem is that if the AI doesn't play ball with you and they intercept you instead of you intercepting them, then you are going to eat combo party damage and probably die. And here I'm at 9% because I forgot about Hurt Locker. I just let it slip my mind. So now I just need to not get touched the rest of the fight. You know. So we're gonna get the grit and keep it as often as we can. and then removing the protections as I'm able to. The protections are kind of annoying this fight, that's for sure, especially the heavy attack one, but it's okay. There's not too much making sure you can't block in this fight, but when she gains the unblockable passive from you doing her special attack, then that's going to be a thing. But Photon hits so hard, especially with those guaranteed crits, that it's not that bad. You just need to have like your brain working at 100% capacity like all the time. And I actually think I should have died at one point in that fight. When I threw an SP2 into her unblockable, I would have gotten the untouchable, but she would have been able to hit me first, and I probably should have died. But I didn't. Alright, now we're using Prowler for this Jabari Panther. I've soloed this fight before, but I am going to use a revive on this one because I was just ignorant with something. Prowler's really, really good for this fight because you're Falter immune, so that Falter node literally is non-existent. So what you need to worry about at that point is the Cleanse node, so you need to use your 4th light attack every once in a while, and then trying to not let Jabari ever cleanse anything via the Cleanse node or her personal cleanse. If you can handle that, it's pretty okay. You also don't want to block much in this fight, which is kind of annoying. And then we go for an SP2 here. It does okay damage, and then I eat that SP2, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that one hit did 60% of my health. So that's not fun, but I believe I'm gonna die to Hurt Locker because I forgot about it. We're gonna go for the SP. Oh yeah, Damage Reflect and Hurt Locker combined just killed me. So yeah, complete ignorance on my part. That's the only reason I died there. So we just used Quick Heal, and I probably shouldn't have used Quick Heal. I probably should just went in with only 40% health. There's a lot of willpower in this fight. I mean, I guess there I would have died if I didn't heal because she didn't play into my intercept and knocks out 60% of my health because of that. But, whatever. Go for the SP3 here, and then we're going to go for SP1 into SP2. You know how the Prowler SP3 cycle works. Maybe not, because I don't use it too much. But the Prowler SP3 cycle is where you go for an SP3 into an SP1 into an SP2, and then you have the SP2 with the double the Furies, because you have 60 of them, actually. It's a pretty fun cycle. I don't use it too often, because you're not using Prowler for short fights that much. I mean, long fights that much. You're mainly using them for short fights, actually. But it's pretty cool. So here, she has the cleanse from the node, so now I need to parry and let her remove that, and then I'm just gonna almost die because I forget about her locker literally a second time. But, you know, we're gonna get her down, so that was kind of scary, but it's okay. So here she can't miss because she's in the hunt mode or whatever it's called, and then I'm just gonna go for an SP2 here, and then it's gonna finish her out, question mark? No, it doesn't, but then the combo after does. So yeah, like I said, I've soloed it before. I just couldn't do it there because I was bad. But now now it's time for this guy. Okay, so before I say anything, the revive count for this boss was 30 plus. You're not going to see every single death that I had because I think the combination of fight duration, I guess if you added the fight duration or video recording duration of ARES alone, it would be at least 45 minutes. So I cut a lot of stuff out. But the main gimmick of this fight is his special attacks, because he's going to use a bunch of different weapons. The sword, the axe, the spear, and the minigun. And when he does, the only way to avoid getting hit is by doing the specific thing that it's tied to. Sword, well-timed block. Axe, dodge. Spear, light attack. Minigun, swipe up or down, which I always swipe up, by the way. So, the hard part about this fight is you have to basically master a rhythm game that you have had no way to practice. That is what makes this fight hard. So you're gonna see me be extremely late, extremely early, completely try to dex something that I can't avoid by dexterity all the time. Like, see, here, I might have just tried to block it because I just like, wait, okay, so I'm just put into a rhythm game where I can't practice it at all. So I guess I'm just gonna eat hits until like 15 revives later when maybe I'll be able to get like the first 2 hits down correctly. Because that was an axe, so I was supposed to dex it, but I just kind of blocked it because I just didn't know what I was going to be looking at. I didn't really know his special animations very well going into the boss, so I was kind of just like, let's throw Prowler in and see what happens. And that's what happened. We got to see one special animation and we died. So I'm refreshing myself on what the things are. So I'm like, okay, that was an axe, right? Maybe it was an axe. I don't really know. Because you want to memorize 4 weapons that you haven't really seen before, and they didn't give you any call-outs, which is my least favorite thing about the entire design choice for this fight. There are no call-outs, so you just have to look at the animations and figure out what it is for yourself. Which is fine if you've taken the boss, like if you're like recording the boss and you look back at your recording, you slow down the recording, see, okay, that's an axe. So what I need to do is dex there, and then block, light attack, dex. That's what you would do for that special. See, I know that now because I died to this guy 30 times. So anyway, you see we eat the special attack there, and here I'm gonna bait it again. I'm like, okay, so I need to dex. Oh, and I'm just gonna block it. Okay, and eat the hits, because that's how this works. Anyway, like, if there were callouts in this fight, it'd be so much better. And not even just callouts for the, like, the special 1 attacks, but, like, callouts for the next phase, which we're gonna get to later, where you're gonna see that you don't know if he's dropping a special 1 or a special 2. That is another thing I hate about this fight. Because the special 2 and the special 1, at least for, like, the first couple hits, they look almost exactly the same. So you just kind of have to figure out which one it is, hit the pause button about 4 times during the special animation, try to remember what's coming next, and then maybe, in like, out of like 20 special attacks, you might get it right. So anyway, I'm going to eat the hit there, because I'm still not sure what I'm doing. And then we're going to go back in, and you can see the game's lagging a lot. It's because my phone does this all the time when I'm like recording for a long time. Anyway, okay, so after that death, I made a little cheat sheet on my notes for my computer. So I wrote like the sword equals block, the axe equals dodge and stuff, and then I wrote down the special animations. He's gonna start with an axe, then use sword, then the sword, again, spear, axe, for his SP1 specifically. And then the SP2 specifically, it's sword, spear, axe, gun. So I wrote these down on my PC, and I was looking at the cheat sheet on my computer while I was fighting him. And if I could like pause the fight like right before the axe or the sword would land, and I could like try to figure out what my rhythm's gonna be, that would help a lot. So here I'm like, okay, I need a dex, I need a parry, and then I'm late on the parry for that one. So another complaint I have for this fight, because I haven't been complaining enough yet, is that I hate that it forces you to parry something against a special animation that you've never been able to parry before. So there I'm getting it right. This is so many revives deep, I'm sure. Well, yeah, that's 8 vigor. Okay, I would have gotten a lot of vigor by doing a couple things correctly. So this is some revives deep for sure. But for the sword, I really think they should have made you just be able to block it and not well-time block it. I feel like that would have been a much more fair. Maybe I'm just complaining for the sake of complaining. I think like the dex, the swipe up, the light attack is all fine. I just don't like that you have to well-time block the sword. I think it should be just block. But I didn't design the boss, so I guess they wanted it to be that way. I'm sure that's something that they thought of. I'm 100% sure that is something they thought of and decided to not do, which is fine. If that's what they want it to be, then sure. And then I see his SP2 animation for literally the first time. I'm like, wait, what the hell is this? So, I mean, I think I might have shown the stuff out of order. I don't think I had the notes ready yet. So, like, I didn't know what the SP2 animation even looked like until there. And I'm like, wow, I guess I'm just forced to eat it regardless. That's super cool. So anyway, it would have been, what? Block, dodge, light, I don't know, man. I don't even have the notes thing right next to me. Let me pull it up. So the SP2 is block, block, light, dodge, dodge, swipe up. Okay, so that's what I should have done, but I didn't see the animation before. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I could have, like, looked at the animations on YouTube or something. I don't freaking know. I was supposed to dex, I think. I'm not even sure anymore. But I eat hits, but we get vigor at least. I like the vigor mechanic in this fight. I mean, if you're gonna make a fight where you have to learn to dex and block things on the spot that you've literally never had the chance to do before, at least they're giving you, like, more attack for, like, the more times you died in the fight, which is something, I guess. I don't know. Eventually my photon's gonna start the fight with, like, 17 vigor because of how many times I died. And that's gonna mean that I can kind of do like 5% of his health before he even drops a special. So that's cool. There, apparently I was too early on my block, because of course I was. So we kind of suffer a bit there, but it's okay. It's fine. So here we're gonna die again. Oh wait. No, we're gonna actually get this one right. This is the first time I did the special one. I did the special one correctly. I remember that. That was the first SP1 that I actually did right. And he's still at 80% health, and I'm like gonna mess it up like the next 5 times in a row. But I got it done once. I did it once. That's what matters. Not really. Anyway, here SP1, and then I think I tried to block it instead of dex because I'm stupid. Anyway, I think eventually there was like one point when I was dying a bunch, and I got it in my head that axe meant block instead of dex, and then I was like, why the heck is this not working? I swear I'm doing it on time. Oh, axe is dex. Oh, okay, and then here he drops an SP2. I'm like, okay, well, I wasn't ready for this. Minigun kills me, and then here I'm gonna eat a combo, and then he got the sword, and then what's happening? Okay, I eventually just die. That's cool. So yeah, here's a nice little death montage, I guess. So what is this? This is the SP2. So I pause, I look at my cheat sheet, I'm like, okay, I gotta block, then I have to, what the heck is any of this? Oh, look, I'm dead. Because, yeah, that's great. Anyway, here, I'm gonna push him into his third phase. I'm like, wait, what's the third? Oh, okay, so I have to, like, counter his special attack with specific actions now. And that is medium and maybe heavy, I don't even know. Anyway, I died there. And then here he's going to go for an SP2. I have a lot of vigor. I pause it. It's the SP1. Okay, so dex, block, light attack, dex. Okay, so I don't block. I got dexterity. That's cool. So, anyway, then he doesn't play into my intercept and kills me. Next attempt, we're going to see what it is. It's an axe. Okay, dex, block, light, dex. Oh, I'm gonna eat the hit again because I got dexterity. Okay. Now we're gonna go for the SP2. At least that does some damage, right? And then, oh, he's in the fourth phase. This is the one with the haste that he's eventually gonna get. For some reason. This is block. He has the spear here, so I'm like light attack. Dex, and then I'm too slow on the swipe up, apparently. I swear I had that timed correctly, but no, I wasn't. Alright. Now we're gonna go back in, and in case you're wondering why I'm using specifically Photon and not using Team Revives, it's because of the Vigor mechanic, because I want to just spam the champion I have with the most Vigor across fights. Got the nice SP1 dex there. And then I got hit with the reversal because I forgot about the way you're supposed to counter a special. So, that's annoying. I just forgot about it. Block, light, dex, and then I actually do it correctly, which is cool. Finally got a special counter done right. I can't talk. So this is a sword, spear, axe, minigun. Do I get it right? Oh, I do get it right. And then I get hit with a reversal. So that was the first SP2 I did successfully, I think, or maybe second. And I was like so excited that I forgot about the reversal that was gonna happen. So now he's at 2%, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna get to that phase where I need to intercept a lot. So in the final phase, he has 99 immortalities. You remove them by 2 of them from intercepting, 3 of them if you avoid an attack in his special, so you just do the correct thing, and you just kind of want to do that until he hits 0. These are all persistent, so the next champion you use is going to have 83 to deal with. If I think I had 83 to finish that, I can't math. Anyway, they're persistent, so if you finish the fight with him at 59, he's going to start with 59 on your next attempt. And here, I just you see me keep pausing and pausing because I'm like, what's the next thing I need to do? I need to look at my cheat sheet. And then I get it right and then get hit with a reversal. So, I hate the reversal because I get so excited that I did the special correctly because of how impressive I feel like that is for me. And then I'm like, oh, I'm just going to die immediately after because I forget about the thing I have to do to counter his special. So, he finally dies, like I said, 30 revives deep. So finally it's over, and I'm like, okay, I actually want to fight him again. I want to get better at the fight. Like, it's a fight that genuinely makes me want to get better at it, which is a very good thing. Like, I'm sure that's something the designers should be very proud of. If it's a fight that makes you want to get better at it, which in my case I really do. So we get the rewards. That Titan crystal is being hoarded, by the way, but everything else will open. That science crystal, I got a Sig 40 Sandman. I didn't actually record that part, but I am going to record this Awakening gem I have. Really excited to open this. I had 80,000 shards for like 2 months, and just there was no way for me to get more of them, and then I get the 2,000 from this quest, the path, and then my Awakening gem is going to be a class that I did not want it to be. Science. You're gonna see my science options like, oh, okay, this is crap. Anyway, I'm gonna cut to that clip real quick. Oh, we're just gonna show it right here. So, I'm looking at my science gems, I'm like, wait, they're like all awakened already. I see Sentry, I see Void, and I see Joe Fix-It, which, like, okay, so Void is a great option. Void wants to have his Sig very badly. And Void is a great champion overall. The problem is, I just don't care, and I don't want to play him. So, like, he's probably going to get the gem anyway. I just don't like Void at all. So, I don't even think I'd rank him up, because I just don't like the character. So, anyway, maybe my next Awakening gem will be better. I'm still looking for that mutant one for Dazzler. It's got to happen eventually, right? So, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to... Assuming my sanity stays in put, I'm going to upload a video for every single path, meaning you can see me suffer versus ARES 6 times instead of just this once. And yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one, hopefully soon.